Okay, so we're live again, a few minutes early, so I'm going to post now to my Patreon so that this should be visible and people should know it's happening. Here we go, right, that's quite a... That looks better. Right, okay, here we go. If I can possibly move the whole thing a little closer. Without dropping my laptop on my head. Would be nice. I could not kill myself doing this. There we go. Right, okay, so you've got a not unreasonable view of the battlefield. So let's see what we can do. We've deployed our bad guys. Need some dice and some counters. Number of dice, selection. 8, 4, 5, 6. Can't imagine there's anybody watching just yet, but 4, 5. That's probably sufficient. Sufficient for that guy. There we go. Lots of counters. Take measure, pairings, right. Miniatures. What we got? We got an Ewok. And we've got a leader. Nice, okay. Actually better, isn't it? What do you think? Better with? Better without? I think it's better without. So, go without. Stick with what we've got. Massive bags of dice I've got. Okay, it's 5 to 3. Quite keen to get started, to be honest. Oh, controller. 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 What I should try and do is make a sort of stand for the side. Somewhere I can put controller and so it's all off to one side. But as it stands, it is what it is. Right. So what I am going to do, okay, is open up the rules so I can see them occasionally. So I've literally just there we go, just opened the rules as is. View. Two-page scroll. View. Two-page scroll. Yeah. So if we get to rules engagement, movement, balance movement, climbing up, down. Yes, movement minus AV. Okay. Straightforward. Time, it's a minute to 3, so we're not starting yet. Coming up on 3 o'clock. Is that 3 o'clock? That is 3 o'clock. Okay, so I'm live. Don't know if anybody's here, but I'm on, and we're doing this. So whether you're on or not, I am going to play and see if this works. Hope people can hear. That's it. Right, okay, so here's our table. I have already deployed bad guys, red forces over here. This is a single player solo game. I've got, of course, 3 special forces heroes who are down here. These are all miniatures from Bad Squiddo Games, all from the Ghosts of Gaia range. So we've got Leader, Raging Annie, we've got the Electronic Warfare Operator, and we've got Hardcore Sniper type. So I've got 3 objectives, 1 in the middle, 1 on each side, and my plan, such as it is that the Electronic Warfare Operator is going to grab 2 of those objectives, and the Leader is going to grab the 3rd. Because the deployment of my enemy troops, they've got really good visibility on this side of the battlefield. So we've got 2 guys up on a bus over here. We can look right down the side. We've got a guy out in the open who's got good cover over here. Got the boss himself who's behind the tree. He's not got great visibility, but what he can see is over here. They've got very little over here. Now this is difficult for me as a decision, so I don't want to start in too much of their vision. I want to start in a place that's outside of their line of sight if I possibly can, because it makes it easier to do things, basically, if they can't see you. And that's a good point. So I need to do something to remind me of the visibility level. We're going to put a visibility level on this of 4, so that's pretty dark. Okay, so we'll see how that matters in a minute. I'll try and remember it's visibility level of 4. Where was I? Yeah, plan. So the plan, such as it is going to be that the sniper is going to make her way up to get onto this bridge. That's going to take quite a lot of actions. The leader is going to head towards the far right-hand side of the battlefield in the hope of drawing some of that enemy interest across, particularly from the boss, while the EWOP is going to go around to the sides and take furthest objective on this side, and then the central objective, and then return to their deployment zone. And this is their exit point, so they've got to get out there and back. So the leader's got a lot of walking to do, the sniper's got a lot of climbing, and the EWOP's got a lot of running around to do. So this is quite a challenging mission for just 3 heroes, but they are facing a fairly light force. We've got 3 enemy grunts, 1 elite, 1 boss. And then, of course, we've got whatever gets generated by the control deck. So we'll see how things go. Let's get the control deck reshuffle. Control deck is a normal deck of playing cards, 52 cards plus 2 jokers. The card that you flip tells you which of the enemy elements, enemy bogeys, is going to react to whatever you've just done. And the suit will tell you what they're going to do. So, simple as that. So let's finish our deployment. I've got the leader as far forward there as I can. Sniper in among the trees, and EWOP out on the side. Now, because I've got the EWOP down as an objective grabber, she may not get to do a lot of EWOP stuff, but we'll see. She's got to go through the vision of at least 1 enemy bogey over there as she goes. So maybe she'll get a chance to do some cool EWOP stuff as she goes. EWOP is Electronic Warfare Operator, also known as a combat hacker. Oh my word, have I got somebody on board? Ah, I've got noised. Hey there. Okay, so good to have somebody watching, particularly you, because I know you complained about Twitch. I had many complaints about Twitch as well, so here we are on YouTube doing the thing. So I hope you're able to follow along as we go and hear me okay. I can now see the texting. So text up if there are any problems. If there's anything you'd like to see closer, I can move the laptop so that you can have a closer look. But obviously I want to get through the game show you how it all works. So let's kick off now. So I've got to do this kind of thing where you've got to think carefully, because some actions will allow you to activate other heroes at the same time, and I've got a lot to do. So, okay, who's got the high? They've all got a discipline of 3, so it makes no difference really. So, in which case, my leader is going to start off. My leader is going to start off with a cautious move. We've got a move of 4, so she can move up to 4 inches. And which way is she going to go? I think she's going to go the shortest possible route to her objective. So she's going to go cautious move 4 inches that way. Cautious move requires a test against your discipline. So the target number is the distance you move times 2. So that's 8. Then you add 1 for every enemy bogey that has line of sight to the movement, and then every enemy bogey within 12 inches to the movement. So there's no one within 12 inches. None of them had line of sight. There's one guy way over here that might have been able to see, but he's just out of line of sight. So it's a straight target of 8 on 3 dice. So I've rolled 11, 6, 7. So that's 2 successes. So what that means, the first success, so I'll take the 11, the first success of a cautious move must be used to cancel the next control deck flip. Must. The second can then be used for a bonus action. Huge range of bonus actions. Basically, move, shoot are your typical ones. There are a selection of others. You can get a support token, and only you can interact. I'll look at the rules later. But move and shoot and gain a support token are the 3 key ones. In this case, however, I'm going to use the bonus action for a move, and I'm going to give it to the sniper. So the sniper can then make a 4-inch move herself, and this just represents coordinated movement. Obviously, if you had more successes, you could do more movement, more of the squad can move at the same time. So they move up together. I'm going to leave those 2 dice there. That's a terrible idea. I'm going to need those dice. Pop a couple of counters down just to mark where my deployment zone was, so I know where I've got to get to at the end of the game. Good. So that was one action. That was the cautious move. That was the second one. Good to go. Okay, so that's the end of her activation. Time to flip the control deck. The dice goes, it's helpful, you don't have to, but it's helpful to put the dice on top of the control deck to remind you that it's there. Because if you're busy resolving lots of other successes, you know, they're shooting over here and they're jumping over there, whatever it might be, it's easy to forget that you have to cancel that. So we can flip it, and it's an 8 of clubs. So the 8 of clubs, the 8 means that it's going to activate the nearest grunt. The nearest grunt is down in there. So it's going to activate that grunt, and it would be with what's called a command action. So the grunt would basically either move towards the nearest target or shoot it, if it can see it. Now in this case, the grunt hasn't got line of sight, so it wouldn't shoot, it would move, but because of the, cautious move, I've cancelled that activation. So first control deck activation, cancelled. There is then a second activation. There is always a second activation. You can't cancel it, and it simply involves the bogey that was activated moving towards the nearest hero or character. In this case, it's a grunt, so it's just going to move 1 inch, so it's not a big deal. Just moves an inch closer, and it just raises the stakes a little bit to have that second activation where they're just going to move that little bit more. Check that I got that right. Grunt attack. No, sorry, 2 inches. Moves his attack. Moves his attack, so it moves an extra. There we go. So it's just moved 2 inches I've got an aid memoir here. If you haven't seen this aid memoir, it is available to download on the Patreon page. It's got a slot to enter your hero stuff. I'm not actually using that one at the moment. That's an old one. There's my list of hero stats. It's got the stats for your bogeys. What happens if they get a synthetic bogey gets taken over by your Ewok? An aid memoir to all the special rules, and there will be some stuff on the back eventually as well. Probably a complications table. I've got a working aid memoir. Right. Okay. So that's first activation done. Hope that was nice and clear. Second activation, let's get our Ewok moving. Our Ewok is all discipline 3, also going to make a cautious move. The advantage with a cautious move, as opposed to anything else, you could make a normal move. And a normal move would just move twice your move value. So rather than 4 inches, she'd move 8 inches. But there's no test for that. And you don't flip, you don't get to cancel the flip, so whatever you flip happens. So at early stages in the game, it's usually, depending on how quickly you want to move, as easy to move cautiously if you think you're going to pass your test. Now in this case, I'm a long way away, nobody in line of sight, so it's just a test against 8 on 3 dice, so I'm going to pass. But if I only pass once, I've only moved 4 inches. If I pass twice, I can move another 4 inches. So you've got the same distance you would have moved on a normal move. If I get a third pass, so I roll 3 dice all over 8, then I'll get to move somebody else as well. So I'm playing the odds here. If I don't get 8 on 3 dice, I've failed. If I only get 8, I've passed, but I've still not got the second movement. If I roll 2 actions, or 2 successes, 8 and above, on 3 dice, then I get my second movement and I cancel the enemy movement. And there's a chance of a third action as well. So you're playing the odds and you've just got to decide how you want to do it. Oh, and in this case, I rolled really badly. I rolled a 7 and a 1 and a 5. So the 7 and a 1 is 8. So I cancel the enemy activation. I don't get my second move. So I would have been probably better off not going cautious move and going a normal move. So that just illustrates how it works. So she doesn't get any bonus actions. We have cancelled the dice flip, card flip though. Again, it's a 10 of diamonds, so that would be a technical action for the nearest bogey. That one again, in this case, just moves another 2 inches towards the nearest bogey, towards the nearest hero, that is, which is my lead. Right. Okay. I've got a threatening bogey over there. Ewok needs to get past it. He might nearly be out of line of sight there. If I move her that way, he'll move towards the active hero. Okay, I'm going to activate the leader again. Leader is going to, I've got more faith in my leader now, I've got more faith. My leader is going to, 4 inches. It's going to stop just there in the hope of having some cover if that bogey activates to shoot her. So she's moved basically 4 inches again, just under, and it matches. Okay, and I've got 2 successes, so that's something. So I've got 1 to cancel the enemy activation. Now, shall I shoot that bogey so he's out of the way entirely? Yeah. Shoot that bogey so he's out of the way entirely, or let my sniper activate to get up to the building. I'm going to shoot the bogey so that we can see some shooting. Okay, so I'm going to take a snap shooting action. It's just a normal shooting action with a bonus. So it's a range of 7 inches plus the visibility level of 4, which makes it 11, plus his any cover that he has over there, which is none, plus his defense, it's a grunt, he's got a defense of 1. So 12 is my target. Looking for 12s. And I've got 9 and 3, that's 12, and then a 4. So that doesn't do anything. So that's 1 hit on the target. The grunt has no support tokens. He's got a defense of 1, which means he goes into the down state. So he's not acting anymore. He doesn't count as a grunt for purposes of activation, but he might come back. He's not dead yet. So he's gone down. Flip the activation token. Activate the nearest bogey. Now that bogey's down, so he doesn't count anymore. So the nearest bogey is that one over there. Yeah, that's him. So he's now not going to activate, but he's going to have his second activation. He would have attacked if he could see the hidden shooter. He can't, so he'd have moved towards him. In this case, he's going to move 2 inches towards the nearest hero. That takes him off the edge of the bus. He just drops down to the side of the bus. Don't worry about bogeys having to jump or fall or anything like that. So, not the most successful action, but we've got rid of that bogey. So I'm going to stop messing around. Here is your leader's going to cautious move again. Cautious move 4 inches. Make a test. See if I can get that sniper moving up. Oh, this is dire. Okay, I'm going to stop doing with this cautious moving because it's not working for me. So I cancelled 1, but that's all I've achieved. So we cancel. Grunt action again. Grunt technical action doesn't happen, but he still moves 2 inches towards it. So she's kind of achieving her target of drawing people away from the objectives, but we're not moving very quickly. So we're going to, now this is intentional, we are going to cautious move this guy, the sniper here. Actually, no, we're going to normal move, because I'm just looking up here, although I've got this building on the top, there is a door there, but I've got no way of really moving through that building, and I don't want to have to climb up the top, and then over the top, and down the other side to take photo. Quicker if she moves around the outside, up the other side of the building, and up onto the bridge, and she's got a sniper position. So she's going to make a normal move of 8 inches and stop messing around. Good. She's simply going to move to there. So the next action is not cancelled. It's a grunt action again. It's a grunt support action. Right. I got them down here. This is something I should put on the aid memoir of the action. Let me just double check, because these do change a little bit. I've got the rules up here for myself. 2 secs. Sorry, I'll just have to look at my face for a while I scroll through to the Red Force rules again. There we are. 2 secs. Red Force, Red Force, Red Force. Actions. Good. Okay. Heart. Support actions. If there is at least one down bogey, the down bogey closest to a hero is no longer down, and the active bogey and the nearest other bogey both get a support token. So this is not good for me. It was a bad time to choose to not cautious move, because now that down bogey that the leader shot before is now back up on his feet. The active bogey, which is this one over here, gets a support token. I've got some support tokens here somewhere. There we go. I just use little black and white tokens, same ones I use for Horizon Wars for actions and reactions as support tokens. White side shows support, black side targeted. Works well that way. That one and the next nearest bogey. Nearest other bogey to the active bogey is this elite there. So they both get a support token, so that's not great. And then he gets a second reaction as well. moves 2 inches. Towards the leader. Well, seeing as it started to go badly, let's get our Ewok moving. Ewok is going to move 8 inches. There. And activate. So that's Grunt, which is this one. And that is a club, which is a command. Let's get these correct. If the active bogey has line of sight, it does, then that bogey attacks the nearest character to which it can draw a line of sight, then gains a support token. So, does have line of sight. There is line of sight between the bogey and my leader. They're very close, only 4 inches away. He's got an attack of 1. Fortunately, he's not got a support token. So, he's got an attack of 2. So we said the range was 4. Visibility is 4. So he's got a target of 8 plus the AV as my leader. My leader has an AV of 2. So look at the 10s on 2 dice. So yeah, not great. Oh, you're joking. And I've rolled double 10s. Woo! Luckily, my leader does have armor. Now the armor has 2 effects. One effect is to increase the target number when you're shooting. The other one is that you can use it for something very like a defense roll in Horizon Wars. So I'm looking to roll a 10 on one or both of these dice, which I've not done. I've rolled a 6 and a 7. So 2 10s means my leader's taken 2 hits. So my leader is wounded. Wounded 2, straight up. So wounded 1 doesn't do much. Wounded 1 is basically, I'm having a bit of a panic. Shots fired. I'm under fire. And I'm having a panic. Wounded 2 actually hit. So wounded 2 means that my leader has immediately taken -1 to all stats, which is not funny. Plus, my leader has to take a test. I'll remember what it's called in a second. I think it's a stress test. Because they're being shot at, so they've got a target is 10 plus their wounded state, so a target of 12 on a discipline of 3. Now the good thing about the stress test is a good pass will give you immediate bonus actions. So I've got 12. So I've got 6, 6, and 2. So I've got 12. That's all I've got. So I've passed the stress test, so she's not stressed. I mean, she's wounded, but she's not stressed. So this is not great. Okay, what we're going to do next, I think my sniper needs to quickly protect her boss. She is going to cautious move 2 inches, just 2 inches. So she is adjacent to her boss now and can see around the corner at the enemy going. That's a cautious test. So that's 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 within 12 inches. Is the boss within 12 inches? Oh, the boss is also within 12 inches. So that's plus 2 for 6, plus another 1 because there's one guy that's got line of sight to them. So that's 7. 7. Target of 7 on 3 dice for this cautious test. Oh, that's okay. I've got 2 passes. So 1 pass will cancel that. The second one is a chance for her to shoot that grunt. She's got a firepower of 5. She's lethal and she's got night vision. So the firepower of 5 means she can roll up to 5 dice. Night vision means she can ignore it. She's got what's called starlight visor. So she can ignore the visibility level for the purposes of shooting. I think that's right. Double check that I've got the visor correct. 2, 6. Upgrades. Thermoptic visor. Visor, relay visor, starlight visor. In the perpetual, yeah. Subtract 1 from the. Oh, right, so it's not that good. So you can take it multiple times. So she has 3. So the range. Let's go back to you guys so I can see my camera. Yeah. Is everything? I don't know if News, are you still listening to the thing? Can you hear everything that's going on? Is it coming through? I hope that wasn't just a hello and then a disappear. Anyway, here I am. So what did I say the range was? The range is 4 Visibility is 4, so it's -1 for the starlight visor, so that comes down to 3. So that's a target of 7 plus a defense of 1, 8 on 5 dice. You would hope to get some good results here. That's what we like to see. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 successes, kills him dead. So that guy's dead. Now, the one sad thing here is that wasn't the leader shooting, because the leader has gun poo. And if that had been the leader shooting, I could have generated more bonus actions to shoot off that. But unfortunately, bonus actions do not generate more bonus actions. So, although that's dead as a doornail, the fact that I had a critical success and lots of successes didn't matter. So, boo to that one. But we can now check that. It's a grunt activation card again. It's a 4 of clubs, but that's cancelled by the dice. So it doesn't do anything, but does move another 2 inches forward. And because of that shooting action, all of the grunts on the table are what's called alert. Now, that basically means they've got a 360-degree line of sight. And it makes it harder to have cautious move. Right, where was I? Yeah, so we're going to attempt a medic action. So the sniper has an acuity. That doesn't have a great acuity, that sniper. Acuity of 3. The leader's got an acuity of 4, so it would make more sense the leader tries to medic herself than the sniper. So the medic is the leader is going to attempt to medic herself. She's got an acuity of 4. Medic is an acuity 13 test, an A13 test. That means I have to get 13 for a success. One success will reduce her wounded state by -1. And I've got, that's really close. I've got 9, 7, and 2, 1. So that's 16. I've got 1 success. So she reduces her wounded state from 2 to 1, which is a relief. And I flip the card. Okay, it's a bogey activation. It's a bogey attack action. Let me see. I've got the device somewhere, but let me see. Where is it? I've lost my laser pointy thing. I have a laser pointy thing that would help me know if they're. I've got loads of these boxes down here that should have this stuff in, but I can't see it. Okay, I will have to find my laser pointy thing later and eyeball this one. I don't think I'm going to say he hasn't got line of sight. He's looking through too many stuff things. He's not got a line of sight, so he can't shoot. And he can, however, do his other move. So let's get back to the red force and see, remind ourselves precisely of the spades action. If the active bogey does not have line of sight, the bogey moves towards nearest hero. Simple as that. So nothing particularly exciting. Nearest hero, 2-inch move. And then there's a second reaction, which is another 2-inch move. I think I'm going to have to more or less abandon my first plan. I think having a 1, 2, 3 is going to have to climb up there. That's about 8 inches, which is going to be 1, 2, 3 movement actions for the sniper. Ooh. All advanced moves, so you can't cautious, you can't roll any tests. There's nothing to be gained from that. Need more ladders. Need more ladders on my tabletop, clearly. I think it's time I started heading for some objectives. So I'm just going to send my Ewok straight towards that objective over there, which you can see now. Straight over there. And activation time. Grunt activation. So attack action again. Still don't think you can see them. So it's going to move 2 inches across the railway line. and then another 2 inches with the secondary action. So he's coming up really close. I think he's probably able to see them now. So if there's another action that allows him to attack, that grunt will attack. So I'm now going to cautious move. Now I'm a lot closer. I'm going to cautious move my Ewok towards the objective and take a test. So she moved 4. Doubled is 8. Number of grunts or bogeys within 12 inches is 0. Number with line of sight on her is 0. So just a target of 8. Oh, I'm rolling really badly today. So I've rolled 1, 3, and 5. So I've rolled 1 success. So that's really disappointing. So I'll just flip that card immediately and that's cancelled. It's a bogey action, support action. But the bogey moves another 2 inches. If the bogey actually just moves into contact without ever shooting at somebody, they just attack, and then there's a close quarter fight. Oh, that was disappointing. I think we need to deal with that guy. So my sniper is going to cautious move 2 inches. Doesn't have any cover there. Cautious move of 2. Let's see if she can do a bit better. So 2 doubled is 4. He's in 12. 5. He's in 12. 6. He's got line of sight 7. Oh dear, dear, dear. 2 successes. We've got a 4, 5, and an 8. So 4, 5 makes 9. 8 is 8. So they've both been 7. So I've got 2 successes. One is going to cancel the next command deck flip, and the other one is for him to shoot. 5 inches plus 3 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Target of 9, we've got 1, 2, 3 successes. That's an 8, sorry. 3 successes. I've rolled 3, 5, 7, 9, and 10. So the 10 is a success, the 9 is a success, the 3 and the 7 together is a success, and the 5 is a fail. So that's 3 successes. So the first shot takes away his support token. The second one places him down, and the third one kills him. So he's dead, but only just. So that's 2 bogeys dead, an elite and a boss still on the table. I need to watch out for this, because if I kill the last bogey, which I probably won't because he's miles away, but if I kill the last bogey, every time I flip a bogey card, it activates the elite until I deploy another bogey. Okay? And that doesn't happen very often, so you have to watch yourself. Of course, once most of them are dead, it makes the whole mission much easier, but you get the complications coming, so watch out for those. I'm within 8 inches, so my Ewok is just going to make a normal move straight to the objective. Oh, hang on, I didn't activate that. Ah! Okay, so take back that Ewok move. I want to redo that, because I forgot to do previous activation. It's a Joker. I mentioned complications. Red Joker. I can't see you guys. I hope you can still see me. Oh, nice one. Good. Okay. Good to see News is still here. So, Red Joker time. We're going to find out what that means. But the important thing about a Joker is if you had a successful cautious move test and you then flip a Joker, tough. The Joker still happens. Cautious move has no effect on a Joker. So let's go and have a look at my complications table so I get this right. Yeah, roll a d12. We've got a 3. 3 is poor intel. An objective already achieved, selected at random, is cancelled and must be achieved again. Or, if no objective has been achieved, as we are at the moment, remove an objective selected at random and deploy it as if it were a bogey. So, let's go back to our deployment. So I've just been heading to grab an objective, and Sod's Law says it's going to be that one. Now we'll use the same numbers, to be fair, we'll use the same numbers I used in deployment, if you were with us yesterday. 1 to 4 is that one, 5 to 8 is that one, 9 to 12 is that one. Betting I roll a 9 to 12, yeah? No, it's a 4. Excellent, 1 to 4. So that distant objective over there is just about to redeploy. And I have to work out where it's going to redeploy to. Bring my tape measure with me. Oh, I need 2 different coloured dice and my dice tray. So we remove this objective, and now it's going to deploy as if it were a bogey. So that means I randomise between the existing objectives. So 1 to 6, 7 to 12. We've rolled 11. So it's going to come onto that one, and it's going to come in. So this could really work in my favour, this. 6, I didn't say which was which. Red left and right, yellow up and down. There we go. So red, left and right, so it's gone to 7. Oops. Move my underload to here. 7, 11. Just going to place it, not on the tracks. Right there. So that has really worked for me. That's worked beautifully because it's moved from all the way over there to over here. So now I'm going to pick up those 2 objectives really quickly. So complication, but it went my way. It's a good thing that didn't come next turn, and I've just caught that objective because that would be really annoying. So 8 inches in goes the Ewok to try and grab the objective. Bogey. Okay, so move around the table. So it's a bogey attack action. Only bogey left is all the way over here. Long way away. But it's still going to move 2 inches. And then secondary activation, 2 inches. Right, good stuff. Now we're going to try and grab that objective. My Ewok has a acuity of 5, and I've got a target of 13. Now, if I'm good, I can get the activation, get 13, and then move to the next objective as well. So I get 2 scores of 13. And I've got 11 and 2, so that's 113. I've got 6 and 4 and 9, so 9 and 4 is another 13. So I've got 2 13s. That's good. So 1 success, grab the objective. So that's 1 objective down. Second one, I can immediately make another 4-inch move towards the other objective. Not quite made it. It wasn't that close when it redeployed, but looking pretty good. And another card. Bogey again. Might as well just stay on this side of the table. There we go. So he is just going to move straight 4 inches. 2 for the first, 2 for the second. Okay, so we've got a strong position. So let's keep on with what we've got. Cautious move to the next objective. That was only a short move, so it should move 3. So that's 6. There's no one within 12, no one with a line of sight, so it's just a test against 12, but this is 3, it's 6. A 9 and an 11. So we've got 1 success to cancel and 1 extra, which she can now confer upon someone else. I think I'm going to give up on my sniper moving to a high position. I think it's taken her too long to get down again. I think I'm worried by the number. I've had no aces and no face cards yet. So the neither the elite nor the boss is activated at all. They're all going to come in a rush. It's going to be horrible. So I'm going to move my leader 4 inches. She's going to move towards the boss. She's still carrying wounded 1. So if she gets hit again, obviously it goes up incrementally. So that's that. The cancel activation was on the grunt again. It was a support activation. Doesn't matter. He still moves 2 inches towards the active character. Okay. That's gone. Now, let's see if she can grab that one as well. Still 13s acquired. So I've got 10 and 3 for 1 success. 11 and 1 isn't enough. 11 and 4 is. Can't make a third success. So I've got 2 successes off that. So that's 1 to claim the objective. So that's 2 objectives down, but both on the Ewok. So if the Ewok goes down, all of that's cancelled. So 2 successes down, and now I can do another. So I will activate my leader again to move another 4 inches to there. Now, I'd really like an ace now. Ace would be awesome. It's a jack, okay? Black jack. So it's going to activate the elite. It's over there. Let's have a look, see what the elite activation ought to be. It's a club. All characters to whom the Ewok can draw a line. No, that's Ewok action. Sorry, that one. So attacks the nearest character, or if he doesn't have line of sight, moves towards the nearest hero and gains a support token. It strikes me that the spades action isn't very good if you don't have line of sight. So moves towards the nearest character, gains a support token. Now he's already got one support token, but elites can have up to 2. So he's now got 2 support tokens, making him pretty much the most dangerous thing on the table. He's not quite got line of sight, but he will shortly. So next activation, I think my leader needs to patch herself up before she sees that boss, because I do not need her going down. She needs to draw the boss away so that my Ewok can get in and grab that middle objective. We can do that with fire support from the sniper will have begun. So, I can't see you guys again. Let's get back. Yay! I should comment, by the way, that I'm glad you're having a cup of tea out there, because that seems appropriate to the Patreon campaign. Because I ought to have a cup of tea as well, and then we'll both have a cup of tea. Now, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop the podcast, but the live stream. I'm just going to see if my very nice wife will make me a cup of tea. Yeah. There we go. She's going to have a cup of tea too. Well, she's going to make me a cup of tea. Going to see if she can heal herself. So she's acuity 4. Turned out to be a good decision, that, given that she got wounded. Test of 13. How many passes have I got? Oh, that's really close. I don't think, no, I've only got 1. So I've got 8 and 7 is 1 success, then 8 and 4, nothing. So I've got no bonus actions, but I have succeeded in patching her up on her second wound. So she is now no longer wounded. Activation. Boss! We got the boss moving. So the boss has got a technical action. So again, let me remind myself of this. So the active bogey gains a support token, so immediately gets a support token and becomes super dangerous. Support token, there she is, right, just around the corner. Support tokens, there we go. Right, okay, so he's immediately got a support token, not good. And the nearest targeted character, nearest not targeted character becomes targeted. So immediately my leader has healed herself and become targeted. And the boss has a support token. My leader is definitely sticking her neck out for the Ewok here. So, my sniper is going to make a normal. They're going to make a cautious move. Sniper's going to make a cautious move. I'm going to try and get up on this wreckage that's down here. Again, I can't see you guys again. Back. Oh, you already finished it. Well, never mind. Never mind. You can make another one. Nice, it's fine. Okay, so my leader is targeted. I've just made a cautious move of, measure it, 3 inches. So that's 6. Leaders within 12. 7. Nobody else within 12. Nobody else in line of sight. So target is 7. Discipline of 3. God, I just got some awful rolls. I got 1 success there, so that cancels that. So the grunt action is cancelled, but the grunt still gets a second reaction. Means he moves another 2 inches. Towards my Ewok, and now has a line of sight on the Ewok. So, right, okay. Problems. what we're going to do. What we're going to do, I'm going to keep on with my plan. My plan is for my sniper was going to jump. Now, it's not athletic. You can't jump those. You can climb that though. So I can climb that. Climbing is at a rate equal to your mobility minus your AB. The sniper has no armor, which means you can move up to 4. So we can simply climb up to the top of that. That's a good point. Cool. I'm going to climb up there in 2 actions. Oh well. Never learn. Okay, so that's happened. Activation test. Grunt support action. So this is good. So my grunt over there gets a support token. None of the grunts are down, so that doesn't matter. Find the support token. No. Well, got lots of tokens in here. There we go. So the grunt gets a support token. Makes them harder to kill, deadlier in combat. Not if they've got a support token, they have to use it. So getting a support token, so with the next nearest bogey. But the next nearest bogey is the elite. The elite already has 2 support actions, and that's the most an elite can have. The boss can have up to 3, grunt can have up to 1. So no further result of that. Leader is going to cautious move 4 inches this way, hoping that the elite can't see her. She's targeted, no, he can't. Cautious move. That was 4 inches, that's 8, 9. No line of sight quite yet. No line of sight. 9. 9's on 3 dice. 1 success. This is why you should not give people discipline 3 across the board. Okay? Discipline 4 gets much better results from cautious move tests. You do a lot of cautious moving instead. So, 3 of clubs. Grunt attack. Grunt command action. But that's not going to be good for me because the grunt can see the EWOP. Activate gets line of sight, attacks the nearest character to which it can draw a line of sight, then gains a support token. Oof. So Capita arrives. Awesome. Right. Range of 20 to 22. So let's be honest, the odds of this hitting are very, very small. So 22 plus the visibility of 4 is 26, plus the armor value of the target, which is 2. So 28 is the target, and they've got attack 2. How can you roll 28 on 2d12, you're going to ask me? Well, the answer is you can't, but you can roll 12s. And 12s are critical hits, so they hit anyway. And I have been in situations when I thought, there's no chance the grunts can hit him there, I'm fine, and then rolled double 12s. So let's see how things pan out for me here. Right, 11 and a 2, he missed. Nice and easy. That's fine. Still have to take a stress test for the EWOP though. Stress test is test of 10 plus your wounded state. Wasn't wounded, so it's just testing as 10 on 3 dice. Hey, awesome. So a 10, which is a success, 5 and an 8 is another success. And the great thing about stress tests is, yes, they may make you stressed, which is bad, but if you pass the test, you get bonus actions. So she immediately gets a bonus action, represents the inclination to dive for cover, that kind of thing. But you're not restricted. She could shoot back. She could jump into cover. What she is in fact going to do is run towards the objective that she's supposed to go for. Well run, 4 inches. Then move towards the objective. So she's actually coming closer to the enemy that just shot at her, but she's very disciplined. And I think the odds of hitting her are small enough that I will get away with. Meanwhile, my leader is still targeted. Now, it's a real shame that the EWOP is over there, because the EWOP has really just been an objective grabber for this mission. if the Ewok were closer to my leader, one of the things that the Ewok can do is remove states like targeted. So it's like clouding the enemy information network so they can't see that they're actually targeted. So I can't take the targeted state off her, and she's ever so close to that leader and to line of sight. And that guy, I think I'm gonna have to pull her away again. Apologies. Another cautious move. See, the thing is, if I go too far away, I'm not going to make it back. So 4, 8, no, yes, 9, nice. 2 successes, good result. So 1 success cancels the flip, the grunt again, and the other success is going to see our sniper move out to here and go prone. Mine is prone. Okay. So activated the grunt. Activation is cancelled, but the grunt still moves. Okay. Yeah, I'm really worried by that. I have a good idea. Right, okay. I'm going to normal move my Ewok towards the boss. No hanging around, just moving up there. Let's hope she doesn't get shot on the way by the grunts. Okay. So diamond, just remind myself of the diamonds. Gains a support token, he's already got one, can't get another one. And the nearest not targeted character becomes targeted. So great, my Ewok has become targeted. That is annoying, but not dreadful. So let's see if I can find a nice targeted counter. I've got quite a few. There's a selection of targeted counters I can call upon in here if I can find them. As well. This one is from Litco Accessories. So this one is from Litco. You can see it's a nice little sort of like crosshairs, fancy little piece. So I'll put that down by my Ewok. So got targeted, but that's okay. Did not get shot. So good start. Now, going to attempt a hack action. I like my odds here. So the range is 12 plus the visibility of 4, so that's 16. I've got 5 dice. Enemy firewall is, I can't remember, 0, I think. Can't remember if I honestly can't remember if there's a firewall on enemy bogies. I'll have to check, but don't think there is. Let's just say there isn't the same market. So it's 12, so his target is 16. Because I want to target him. I'm not close enough. I just don't feel if I were closer. No, I'm going to push my luck. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to make another cautious or normal. What do you think? Cautious move? Cautious move. I do not want to get shot right now. I'm going to make a cautious move. So I'm going to cautious move 4. Now this is going to be tough. So that's 8. We got 1 within 12. That's 9. Well, he's not within 12. He has got a line of sight. So that's 10. And he's also got line of sight because he's alert. So 11. So I've got a target of 11. Hoping for 2 passes. At least 1 would be good. If I get no passes, I'm in trouble. Oh, that was so close. I got 2 5s and a 1. So I passed. So at least I cancel that. And it's a grand support action. So it wouldn't even have shot me anyway. And they've all got support tokens. So the boss would have got not even close enough. So yeah, that would have done nothing. That was a complete waste of my time. But I am that little bit closer now. So I should be within 8 inches now. Yes, I am. 8 inches. plus 4. So I like 12 a little bit better. 12 on 5 dice. So we're going to hack the boss. So here we go. This is Ewok doing an Ewok action. So it uses acuity. It's like a shooting action. Using it uses acuity. So what did I need? What did I say I needed? 12, wasn't it? 12. I've got 1 pass. And 8, 2, 1, I've got 11. So I've only got 1 pass. So I've succeeded on my hack action. And with my hack action, I can remove his support token. So that at least has gone. If I'd had another success, I could also have removed the targeted token on myself. If I'd had another success, I could have. Yeah, actually, I could have used another bonus action. Could have gained a support token myself, which you can always do with the bonus action. So, boom, right, okay. Flip. Oh, it's a technical action I'm already targeted, which means I think the grunt is going to shoot me. If all characters, okay, no, nearest not targeted character becomes targeted. So that's the sniper. So it's not good. It's not good. It's not great. Let's go find a targeted. Okay. Okay. Lots of wounded counters, but my targeted counters. There's one. So my sniper then becomes targeted as well. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Right. Okay. We've still got a boss right there. So I think I need a cautious move again to get out of the line of sight because my luck is not going to last. A cautious move, just 3 inches. So I'm out of the line of sight. So he should have moved. Twice. So definitely. Good. Always forget those secondary actions. Yeah. I know you can see what's going on. I've got the rule book up, but I can't see you. So if you're making any comments. Oh, we've got David. Aha! Marvellous. I have to catch the rerun. No. Don't worry, David. Don't worry. I'll. Now I know you're on the chat. I will sort of rejig what I do. I've got 2. Cheers. So my my Ewok has just performed a cautious move out of the line of sight of the enemy. His cautious move was 3 inches. So I double that for 6, and then I add 1 for each enemy within 12 inches, which is 2. That makes it 8. And then 1 for each enemy with line of sight to him, which is 1. That's 9. So his target is 9. He's got a discipline of 3. So I'm looking to get 9s or better. I've got 1 9 and then a 1 and a 6. And news will tell you, I have had awful dice rolling in this whole game. I usually roll much better than this in Zero Dark, but I've got 1 success, so at least I have cancelled the next command deck action. It's a grunt support action again, so again, it doesn't matter. I could have normal moved and it wouldn't matter. So this grunt just moves another 2 inches towards me. He's sneaking up. This grunt down here started all the way over here, and he's just gradually been working his way across the board, sneaking up on my Ewok to assassinate the poor girl. Anyway, bleh. She is targeted, and I do not want the boss to shoot her before she can get to the objective. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and hack again. She's close enough. She's now only 6 inches away. Which means I only moved 2 inches last time. I did take a test for 3, so I'll tell you what, I'll move that another inch. So we'll call it 5 inches. 5 inches. 5 inches away from the boss. And the visibility level is 4, so that's 9s on 5 dice. So she's chasing 9s now, much better than last time. 5 dice, big picture. 9s, 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 9s. So we've got 1 9, 2 9, and 11, 3, which doesn't do anything, and a 12. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. The 12 gives an extra success. That's 5 successes, which is awesome. So with the first success, she is going to put the targeted state on the boss, which seems like, what am I calling it? Poetic justice, that's the word I wanted. So the boss is now targeted. With the second success, she's going to remove her own targeted state. With the third success, she's going to take a support token and put it there, because with the fourth success, she's immediately going to use that to move. Well, she's going to move with her fourth success into contact with the objective, and then with the fifth success, she's going to shoot the targeted boss in the back. So the range is 3. She's got a firepower, I think, a fight of 4. No, fight 3. She's got a fight of 3, but he is targeted, so that's 4, and she's got a support token, so that's 5. So these tokens, when you use them, are spent. So the support token adds a dice, it's spent, it's gone. The targeted token adds a dice, it's spent, it's gone. But she's got 5 dice. The range is, what did I just say? 3 plus his defense of 3. So 6. So she's looking for 6s. Oh no. And the visibility. 4. So 10s. Looking for 10s. 10s on 5 dice. It's looking. Oh, that's looking very good. So we've got 10, 10, and 12, and a 1 and a 7, which we can ignore. So the 10 and the 10 are both successes. The 12 is a success plus another success. So that's 4 successes. So that means the boss, you have to hit 3 just to make him go down, and then the 4th one kills him. So she has shot the boss in the back, blown him away with the first effort. So my EWOP is definitely MVP for this mission so far. Let's flip the card. Ah! Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Immediately flipped an ace. I've just killed the boss, so I can't activate the boss, which means it's another complication. Let's find out what our next complication is. Oh, it's a big one. It's 11. 11 on the complications table is reinforcements. Ah, okay. This obviously needs to be amended slightly. I know what it means, but it needs to be explained a bit in the rule book. So, sorry, I was just adjusting that so that I could read my own book. So it says, control it. So flip 3 cards, deploy the results immediately. This refers back to when you would actually flip cards from the control deck at the start of the game to decide what the red force was going to be. Now, I eventually decided that that was too random, and it required people to have too many miniatures as part of their collection just to play the game that might never go on the table. So I'm not going to do that, but this is still relevant. So I've flipped 3 cards, and I've got a grunt, an elite, both black, which means both human, and a red card. Is that the right way around? No, other way around. Black, so I've got a grunt and elite, both black, so they're both synthetic, and then a red base card, which is an elite. So let's get some funky minis in. So for an elite synthetic, got a mech. For a synthetic grunt, got a little drone there, and then for an elite human, let's use this guy, who's an Infinity Spec Ops mini that I'm quite fond of. He's pretty cool. So he's going to be our elite human, and they now need to deploy on the table. And of course, having flipped those 3 cards, it's also running down the clock. I'm maybe halfway through the deck at this point. And I've nearly got all 3 objectives, so I'm doing quite well in that score. And hardly anybody has died. Nobody's died. So let's deploy some guys, but that means they're coming in on the objective. So if they come in on the EWOP's objective, we're going to have fun. So let's see where they're coming in on. So which shall we do first? Let's do the synthetic grunt first. I've got EWOP there, and I've got synthetic reinforcements coming in. This is fun. So red, left to right, yellow up and down. Also, no, determine which objective they're coming in. So 1 to 4, 5 to 8, 9 to 12. Coming on 9 to 12, so they're coming in way over here. So it's going to be a synthetic grunt. Coming in at 8, 7. So 6 goes over the objective. 8 is there. 7 is there. He comes in like that. Yeah. The elite, synthetic elite. Same one. It's coming in at 1, 6. So 1, 6, synthetic elite is there. Around. And last of all, where's the human elite coming on? Same one again. So I'm lucky, I'm very lucky. 8, 6. 8, 6, so he is over there. So they've clearly appeared from off the board at the back there in response to the unexpected demise of their boss to find out what's going on. But I've been very lucky. If they'd come in on the middle one, well, if the human elite had come in on the middle one, I'd have been in trouble. If the synthetics had come in on the middle one, I would have had some fun with the Ewok and had a chance to try and hack and dominate them and then turn them into my guys. So that was the complication, which was the card flip. So we're back to my activation, which is grabbing the objective. So acuity of 5, target of 13, 11, 2 is 1 success, 6 and 8 is a second success. So I've got the objective, and she can perform a my technique, and she can perform a bonus action. Bonus action, unsurprisingly, is going to be moved because they all need to get back to the deployment zone now. As I explained previously, if you cautious move, you can use your bonuses to activate other members of your team. So you could move more than one of you at once. I think in this case, however, I'm not going to worry about this at this point. Most of the dangerous guys have gone. So I'm just going to move a straight 8 inches for my Ewok. So she's just going to come right around the corner there and then flip and see how it goes. Grunt technical action. So Grunt is over there. Oops. Oh, we've got some counters there. Let's remind ourselves. I just don't like to get this wrong. I must have it on an aid memoir eventually. So active boat gains a support token. He's already got one. You can't have more than one. Nearest not targeted character becomes targeted, which is the Ewok. Becomes targeted, and that's it. If they were all targeted, we'd start hurting people, but he doesn't do that. And then he moves. I'm going to fall over. At some point. Cool. So having nearly caught my Ewok after many attempts, she's pretty much got away from him now. Now what? So the Ewok's got the objective. All 3 objectives are in the Ewok, so my inclination is to keep moving her, get her safe, and then the others can follow her when she is safe. So she's just going to move 8 there. And flip. Elite support token. So the nearest elite is that one over there. So if he gains a support token, he's already got 2, and the next nearest bird he gains a support token, the one down there, he's already got a support token. So not much happens. She's going to move again. 8 inches. Flip. It's an ace. Complication time. Four. Complications on 4. Deploy an Ewok. Okay, so now we get an enemy Ewok. I've got an enemy Ewok miniature around here somewhere. It's on the other side of the table. There we go. Enemy Ewok. It's one of these guys with little antenna on his back. So which one's he coming down on? He's going to come down on the one at the back again. They're determined to stay as far away from my team as possible, which is good for me, bad for them. 4, 7. I would get the dice out, but I can't. The take drag. I can't bother. I'm just going to come down there. So we've got an enemy Ewok on the table as well, but we don't care. And then she's going to run again. In fact, she's close enough that she can make a cautious move. So she'll make a cautious move into the deployment zone. She moves 4 inches, 4, 8, nobody within 12, nobody with line of sight. So it's just 8. 1 success. So boom, just cancel that. Flip. Still move the guy. So she's in deployment zone. So see, she is pretty much safe. So I think my leader is going to move next. And she is just going to move around the corner here. To here. And flip. Grunt activation. He's got a support token. He can't see them, can't shoot, just moves 2 inches. Going to move the sniper next, just for good measure. She's going to move to the edge. No longer prone, still targeted. Flip. Elite technical action. So nearest elite is still that one. So he would gain a support token. Nearest non-targeted. Oh right, yes. So they're all now targeted. So we're going to have the action for if they are all targeted. If all characters are targeted, the active bogey attacks the nearest character. This attack does not need line of sight. So the nearest character is the sniper. Range is 22 plus 4, it's 26. He's an elite, so he's rolling 3 dice. Right, elite, 2 dice. 2 dice, 26. So he's needing 12. And he's not rolling. So, not fast. Sniper's going to jump down. Now, jumping down. Quick check while I remember the rules of jumping down. No, come on. Flipping thing. Damage, 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 states, no. Shooting, no. Movement, movement. Right, okay. Got jumping up, jumping across. Falling. I may also attempt to jump up or down a distance up to twice the character's cylinder height by performing an M-AV13 test. Good. Okay, so it's an M13 test. Movement is 4. Test is 13. She's got no armor, so it should be quite easy for her. 10 and 3 is a pass. 9 and 6 is another pass. So she jumps down with her first action, and she's got a bonus action, 4 inches. 4 inches towards the point. So good. Nicely done. Need more jumping. Leader. It's going to move 8. No test. Flip. Elite support action. Nearest elite has support tokens, so does the next nearest bogey. Nothing else happens. Leader move action, moves 8 into the deployment zone. Elite technical action. Nearest elite is going to shoot the sniper again. Range is now immense. If it's not 12s, it doesn't happen. Oh no, he's got a silly me. He has 2 support tokens, which I should have used last time and didn't. So he'll use them now. His support tokens add 2 dice. So he's now rolling 4 dice rather than 2. That's why he's so lethal. So 26 is both 27. Now 27 is the range plus 4, so that's 31. So it's still achievable. No 12s, definitely not a 31. We're good. 8 inches. Yes, not quite into the deployment zone. So I have to make one more after this. Grunt technical action. They're all targeted still. The grunt gets to shoot them. Range is 26, 30. He's going to use his 1 support token. Like 30 plus 1. 6 12s. Somebody gets hit. Nope, no 12s. Last action. Let's cautious mover in there so we can have a chance of not getting shot in the last turn. Let's move 2 for target for 1, 2, 3 successes. 1 success, cancelled, the others don't matter. And that's the end of the mission. So, what can we learn from that? I was extremely lucky in my complications. You know, in all my testing, it's a shame it's the first one on camera. In all my missions, I've never been that lucky. Oh, we've got Keith on board as well. Hello, Keith. Let's see anybody else. So I had 2 amazingly fortunate outcomes in that game that really made it, in many ways, quite easy. I mean, I've got a lot of cards left here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cards left. So I'm about 2/3 of the way through the deck. 3/4? Somebody else do that maths for me. Yeah, 2/3. The first one was that we had a complication, and I think only News was here to see it. We had a complication when one of the objectives got moved. And had I already claimed an objective at that point, I would have lost that claim, would have had to go back and do it again. But I was literally 1 move away from getting to the objective. And instead of the objective I was heading towards disappearing, the other objective right on this side of the table disappeared and reappeared right next to the objective I was just about to go for. So that was super lucky to begin with. So it meant I was able to grab 2 objectives really quickly. The other thing that was super lucky was when I rolled the reinforcements complication, they all turned up on the furthest objective, miles away from being able to do anything to cause me any trouble. So good outcome, fun game. I had some alarming moments when my leader was wounded and targeted and needed to try and get to the boss. And I had a little bit of a rush of blood to the head, actually, when I realized that my Ewok was in a better position to come up along the other side of the train and use her hacking skills to remove the support token from the boss and put a targeted token down with him. Now, I did run a risk with that because, as those of you that were here at the time will have seen, there was a grunt with a support token coming up the side there who had several opportunities to shoot my Ewok, but fortunately he's only a grunt. I just never flipped an attack action, never flipped a club, never flipped a spade. If I had, it could have gone very nastily for my Ewok. As it happens, my Ewok got there, and by the time she got to the boss was targeted. She had a support token. She blew him away with, I mean, that was, having complained about my rolling earlier, that was the roll that made the game, actually, notwithstanding the lucky things I had with the deployment. To put a boss down is hard. And if you're not a specialized killer like the sniper, to put a boss down reliably is unusual. And the fact that I rolled I needed 10s, I rolled 2 10s and a 12, meaning that I got the 4 hits I needed, because you have to get 3 hits to put him down and an extra hit to kill him. And again, that was the lucky roll that really made the game. But I'm happy to say I had to think carefully about what I was doing. My original plan of sending the sniper up the building, actually, I abandoned that plan because in my head, the sniper had a mobility of 3 instead of 4. And actually, if I'd realised that it was 4, I might have still sent her up there. If nothing else, because I just wanted a sniper up on my walkway, and then you guys would have seen it. That's it for the first live stream demo of Zero Dark. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have you got any questions? Anything that you'd like to ask? Anything you'd like a close-up of that I can move the laptop so you can see it? I have no idea how long this takes. No, nothing. Okay. Well, listen, I won't keep you guys hanging around because, as you say, you know, some of you are only dipping in and out. And actually, the fact that I got 3 of you on here at such short notice is really cool. Let me adjust that so you can actually see my ugly mug. Thank you so much for coming out. Now I know that we can do this. Obviously, I can be a little bit more organised next time. And we'll sort of plan. Am I going to be able to do this next weekend? I don't know. I will definitely try and do at least one more live stream this month, and I will try and do another 2 next month if I possibly can. And maybe we'll look at some different heroes, different combinations, and certainly perhaps next time we'll put more. You want to pick the lady? What? Hold on. Oh, she's. I'll show you. I'll show the camera, and I'll put a pic up later. Don't know if you can see that mini. There we are. Yeah, she's my MVP from the game. She usually, actually, this miniature usually runs as a leader in my games, but just because I'm running Raging Annie as my leader, I thought she'd be a good Ewok. Thanks, David. Very good. Some good news, exclusive for you guys for tuning in, is literally this afternoon I have finished up the latest version of the beta rules. As we've just discovered in the course of that game, there is at least 1 correction still to be made to the complications table, so it's a good thing we rolled back and discovered it. So I can expand on that complication a bit more to make it clear what happens. Anything else? Oh yeah, well that will, once I'm not going to make any more corrections to it this month. I'm going to pop that up on the Patreon for all of my patrons in probably by tomorrow. It'll be up for you to get the new version of the rules. Very similar to the last version, but slightly prettier, a little bit more fiction text, and a few tweaks. Most significant tweak is after a discussion about armor in our conversations, I decided there was actually room in the rules to introduce at least 2 special types of armor. So there are 2 armor upgrades I've included now. Anything else? No, that's about it. Other than that, that'll be up in the next 24 hours for you guys. This has been great fun, and I will try and do this again before the end of the month, and I will be able to give you all more notice. If anybody's got a sort of a time of the weekend they prefer evening, first thing in the morning, obviously bear in mind that I'm in the UK, so if you're not, you know, keep that in mind. But if there's a time of the day that you would rather I be live streaming, let me know, and we'll see how it goes. All right, thank you very much for coming, guys. If any questions do occur to you later, you know where I am. Feel free to send me a message, and we'll catch up soon. So, ta-ra!